Good morning, all.
Good morning. My name is Ricardo Paulino. I am engineering maintenance manager in Gerdau Ouro Branco. I will do a fast introduction about Gerdau and Ouro Branco, and Luis will talk about monitoring system and the APM journey with GE and Gerdau, okay? Gerdau is one of the leading steel producers in Brazil. We have 2 iron ore mines. We have 7 countries with production by steel and 29 units of steel production in world. So we produce billets, blooms, slabs, rebars, wire, nails, and then we have nowadays 3 key strategic drivers: verticalization of Ouro Branco assets, flat steel growth, and strategic optimization of mini mills with scrap acquisition, competitive energy portfolio, and capex suite to regional and product needs. In Ouro Branco, we have 2 sinter plants, 2 coking plants, 2 blast furnace, and 2 BOF in melt shop. So we have 5 rolling mills. And then you should imagine the machines and the assets we need to manage in Ouro Branco, okay? The risk management in Ouro Branco is a maintenance responsibility, and then this kind of job give us opportunity to manage the maintenance and have the APM with risk and monitoring system with a strong arm in maintenance. Luis will talk about maintenance strategy with roadmap, with monitoring system, and how we escalate this journey since 2019 with roadmap and 2016 with SmartSignal. So that is all. Thank you.
By the way, this is our plant in Ouro Branco City that Paulino is saying about. So first of all, thank you all for your time to be here with us, and the GE, of course, for the opportunity to be here and to share with you a little bit of our history and journey. And I would like to thank you, my colleagues from Gerdau, to place the trust on me to present this, because I'm the newest member of this subject in the company, and I'm here to present you. I'm merely giving voice for these guys. So let's go there. So this specific slide, we would like to focus on the question, why now? Why we consider that we are prepared to go one step ahead with APM. So we have built a robust predictive monitoring infrastructure along the years, mainly by the help of the SmartSignal and the GE resource. And of course, we have another resource, another culture of predictive maintenance. But the sum of all these things give us a strong base to get a step ahead. Basically, we consider that we had a structured evolution, a very good evolution structured. We have a strong driver of reliability, mainly from 2025 until 2028, that we are planning to have this strong driver. And of course, a risk-based management. This is our main driver, as Paulino told you some minutes ago. And we had in the last year a business case together, GE and Ernst Young, that showed us we are prepared with some lack of opportunities that we already cared. So let's go into a little bit of our history. From 2019 up to nowadays, we built this roadmap with some main pillars in the center that you can see: basic management, control management, strategic management, reliability, and excellence, surrounded by small pillars. If would possible to zoom in all these small pillars, you should see a lot of actions, structural actions that we have had accomplished along the years. I would say more than 700 actions executed. It's a roadmap very structured and very strong. And if it would be possible to put in steps, basically we came from responsibility, accountability, that we heard some days ago in some presentations. It's very important to start from responsibility, and we reach a very strong culture. So culture is interesting because culture is very good, but very strong culture may cause some roadblock. You know, dense culture sometimes, because we have a cruise ship. You must change the direction of this big ship. Then, of course, it is part of our responsibility as leaders. But strong culture, dense culture, sometimes could be a problem. You have to reorganize, to convince. This is exactly our step at this moment. So here in this slide, we are showing a little bit of our figures, how many assets. We have nowadays about 10,000 of assets with more than 500,000 components. This it means that we have more than 500,000 work orders maintenance per year. I would say we have to update these figures, but I would say that we have about 1,000 maintenance events, considerable events per year. It shows the complexity of our operations and the need to move forward with APM. We have to consolidate all the things. So another point that I would like to talk about these figures, that we have been pleased to observe over the years that many of our pillars served as benchmark in our market. Ernst Young and GE have shown us about this benchmark that we are nowadays in our market. So what we are intending to show you with this figure, we turned in our roadmap into a pyramid. You can see here exactly the same main pillars that I showed you in the first slide. And APM basically connect 100% with all these pillars that we built in the last years. Then we are very confident that we could build a strong base aligned 100% with APM. So here it's a very good picture showing you another force that we have, that we consider we have. We have a specific room, a specific team taking care of predictive maintenance. it's a very beautiful place to go. We have a lot of screens. We have people dedicated to monitor, to take decisions, in order to get faster diagnostics, and that we call CMAG. Sorry, CMAG means Gerdau Asset Management Center. This is the name that we call this team and this place. Here we centralized all the health visibility of our assets. Okay. A little bit more about our figures, but specific about predictive maintenance, that you can see it prove their value for itself. So nowadays we have about 1,000 of monitored assets, more than 37,000 monitor tags that we split the assets in a lot of tags. A very interesting figure that is in Brazilian cash, but about we have here about $35 million of loss prevented at failures. It's our way to measure. Maybe here you can say something specific, Pauline, or it's clear for you.
The predictive maintenance in Ouro Branco is a strong way to do maintenance. In the past, we have to convince the mechanical, the coordinator, the specialist, but nowadays, in routine, the predictive roles, we can do the best way the maintenance, and we could put our money in the right place, because sometimes the signals show us how the asset, how the machine, how the equipment are in the line day by day, and how we will keep the process with less risk in maintenance day by day. So we have a lot of proud to
So proud, yeah.
work with predictive and have the SmartSignal in the plant.
Yep. So go into a little bit more reliability and risk management. That is a very important part of this journey. So risk management has become increasingly integrated with predictive maintenance and reliability. It demonstrates significant maturity and evolution over the recent years. Here we can see, for example, in 2024, we mitigate about 1,100 risks, and we intend to finish 2026 more than 1,800 risks mitigated. Then we have a structured continuous growth of risk mitigation. As I told you about our business case with GE and Ernst Young, we could see a solid foundation, clear gaps, and defined direction. And basically, the diagnostic identified opportunities in FMEA, RCM, strategic management, but the detections, analysis, and the recommendations have already been completed, all these recommendations. That's why I'm saying for you insistently that we consider ourselves, we are very confident that we are in a position to go ahead with APM, because we have gap, we know the gaps, we treat the gaps, and now is time to talk about more, to take even more accuracy in our decision making.
Excuse me. Sorry about my English. I will try to explain a little more. When we did the business case, we tried to show the board, the CEO, the VP, how the risk should be organized, how we should put our money in the right place with method, with a strong way, and then GE and EY give us opportunity to research our process and give us some bullets to development in the future and show us how our strong way construct should be valorized to make APM a great solution for maintenance excellence. So have basic maintenance in manager, controls, PCM, and predictive way give us opportunity to discuss with other stakeholders in Gerdau if we will give the money to do this kind of job. In the steel market, it's too hard to give money to invest in technology. Sometimes do the basic is a simple way to work. But nowadays we have other type by employee. We have youngest generation, and then the technology, and then the capacity to see the machine without be in the place, of course, give us opportunity to step by step see a development, a improve in maintenance manager in Gerdau. Okay, thank you, Luis.
Okay, so then we came up to the end that we would like to share with you a little bit of our next steps. We built a small roadmap showing our intention, our willing. We separate into three waves, our next steps. And on wave one, we are considering to expand monitoring, remove license and bottlenecks. That means scale and consolidate. On the wave two, we would like to integrate health and the strategy. And wave three, capture value and sustain. That means consolidate APM tool in our routine. So a good phrase to represent our dream, our intention on this journey is exactly this one that I made the how can I say, I put value on this phrase with my colleagues, and I would like to share you exactly our feeling about this, because our next step is not just to implement the APM. We would like to transform more and more and give for Gerdau maintenance better decision make. As Paulino told us, steel market, of course, all the markets are tough, but steel market, we consider we have a bit more competitors, strong and tough market, and we have to prove day by day with force, with confidence to convince all the parts to change the direction of this cruise ship. But that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.